Thank you, Councilwoman. And just to be clear, you can have fun on both sides of the bridge. Good afternoon. Well, as the person with the great honor of representing Coronado in the California Assembly, I'm delighted to welcome you to this beautiful city, and I want to thank you for choosing San Diego County for the major national event. And let me begin by acknowledging that I fully understand that I'm the fifth person, well now four since we lost someone, that you're hearing from this afternoon, and I'm the last person who wants to stand between you and actual lunch. So I will be short. But I do want to start by mentioning my predecessor, Speaker Emeritus John A. Perez. Like everything else, he is sorry he couldn't be with you today, and I am proud to follow in his footsteps as the second member of the LGBT community to be the Speaker of the California State Assembly. I want to acknowledge my friend, Senator Padilla, or as he is known this weekend, Mr. President, soon to be Mr. Secretary. And I am absolutely thrilled to see that one of the highlights of this conference will be the presentation of El Primero Otle, Mexico's highest honor to an individual for service to Mexicans living abroad, to my friend, fellow San Diegan, former State Senator Denise Moreno Duchenne. We are so fortunate here in San Diego. She has been a tireless leader on California-Mexico affairs, and this is a richly deserved honor. Now, I know that I'm now known as the first Assembly Speaker from San Diego. That's not technically true. I'm the first speaker to represent San Diego, but former Speaker Fabian Nunez grew up in San Diego, as did incoming Senate President Kevin De Leon. And Senator De Leon, I must say, while I am definitely looking forward to working with you, I have to state the fact that you decided to leave San Diego does put your judgment a little bit in question. But I do know this. San Diego, Los Angeles, and all of California will be well served by your leadership and by our partnership. And as my colleague, Lorena Gonzalez said, the issues being addressed at this conference mirror many of the issues facing California. I was pleased to see that Small Business Administration Chief Maria Contreras-Sweet delivered the keynote address this morning. Latina-owned businesses in California and Latino businesses, more than 700,000 of them, are some of the economic engines that helped pull this state through the recession, and I think those of you here know that. We should do everything we can to help more Latino and Latina enterprises start and succeed. And in fact, my spouse Jennifer is a partner in a small business run by women. She and her two partners, Cecilia Estelano and Catherine Perez, together form a dynamic WBE. So both as Speaker and as Assembly member from San Diego, I am personally and professionally committed to building on the strong historic, economic, and personal ties between California and Mexico. 1 in every 10 people entering the U.S. crosses through San Ysidro in San Diego County, and Otay Mesa is the main commercial gateway for trade between California and Mexico, and it was valued at $36 billion in 2013. I want to see even more. And that's why I will be traveling along with a number of my Senate and Assembly colleagues to Mexico in a few weeks to participate in Governor Brown's delegation to discuss trade and other issues. As the Speaker of the Assembly, I'm proud to serve as a regent of the University of California and California State University. We have some of the best universities in the world. But we need to make sure that all California students have access to those schools. We need to ensure that all of our students have access to and are proficient in the STEM courses that they need to succeed in today's economy. Last month, I was honored to speak to many members of our California immigrant community who traveled all the way to the state capitol to press for immigrants' rights and to make sure that California keeps the pressure on Congress to pass sensible immigration reform. And now that California has a majority leader and the minority leader in Congress, you would think we could break the logjam on immigration. However, I think it's been disappointing for all of us to see that the majority leader is apparently abdicating responsibility. And that's unfortunate, but we will find a way to hold them accountable. And finally, as someone who, with the responsibility for 80 assembly races in November, I share NALEO's concern about maximizing voter participation and turnout. And I appreciate your leadership in working to restore voting rights for every American following the Supreme Court's horrible decision last year. You know, this year is the 50th anniversary of the Civil Rights Act. We have a duty to fight in our nation's capital, our state capitals, in our city halls, and in our voting booths to restore the promise of that great act, economic and social justice and true equality for all. I want to thank you for being here today. You're an incredible sight with a lot of power. And I know that you will influence it in every way possible to make sure that we are committed to equality for all. Thank you.